Cube notation basically means for each turn you do a different letter followed by something else. So for example, R prime, F2, you get the point from there. Now, cube notation is used to make learning stuff like algorithms a lot easier, so this is a very important video to watch. Okay, so this first part is just going to be standard turns. So this axis is R, okay? This is U, F, D, L, and B. So it's upper, down, front, left, right, and back. So that's what they all mean. And these are all capital. Now, how you tell if it's R or R prime, as it's called, is R would be when you rotate the right face clockwise 90 degrees, like that. And if you rotate it counterclockwise, then it's like that. And R2 is when you rotate it double. And the same applies for all of these faces. However, you want to keep in mind that it's from the perspective of the face, not where you are in relation to the cube. So this would be L, because it's clockwise, and this would be R, because it's clockwise, but they're technically in different directions from each other, so keep that in mind. And get U prime, it's like that, however D prime be like that. And once again, like F2, they're just double turns, like that. So those are the basics. Now moving on to what we call wide moves, which is basically this move here. However, you go by the face again. However, instead of like capital R, this would be lowercase r. So you can figure it out from here. This would be little f prime. What would this be? Little d prime. That would be little l prime. Little u, little u2, and so on, little b2, so on from there. You can figure it out. Now, next up are slice moves, where you just move this middle layer here. So this here, when you bring this kind of down, that would be M. And when you bring it up, it's M prime. Okay, so M, M prime, M2. And this would be E, that would be E prime, and then of course E2. And then there is finally S here, S prime, S2. So basically M kind of follows L. So like if you bring this down, it would be M, and that would be L. For E, it follows D, and for S, it follows F. So that's how it works. And the last thing we're going to cover is rotations. So there's X, Y, and Z. They are all lowercase. X would be this. You rotate it downwards like this. And then X prime would be that. So you bring it up. And then X2 is when you rotate it like that, but across like the X-axis. So like that. Y would be among this axis here. So Y would mean you bring it to the right, like this. Y prime would be when you kind of bring it to the left side here. And then Y2 is when you bring it, to the other side, but among this axis compared to this. And then finally Z, or Z if you're one of those people, would be this. So this would be Z. Z prime would be that. And of course, Z2 would just be a double rotation like this. So that is the basic cube notation tutorial for some cubes like Pyraminx and Scube, as well as big cubes have their own unique turns, and in those tutorials I'll go over their specific cube notations. But that is it for the 3x3 cube notation tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!